If you manufacture, process or pack low-acid canned foods or acidified foods destined for the U.S. market, the FDA has specific registration and process filing requirements that go beyond standard food facility registration. Whether your plant is located in the United States or overseas, getting these filings right is essential for legal market access and uninterrupted shipments. In this video, we'll walk through Food Canning Establishment, or FCE, registration and scheduled process filings, also known as SID numbers, for both domestic and foreign facilities. We'll also explain how specialized U.S. FDA consultants help companies navigate these requirements efficiently and stay compliant. Let's get started. The registration is a simple but critical part of the food safety net protecting U.S. consumers. So, who needs to complete this registration? The rule is broad. It applies to any facility, whether large or small. It applies if you manufacture or process or pack or hold low-acid or acidified canned foods intended for sale in the United States. This includes facilities inside the U.S. and foreign facilities that want to export to the American market. Whether a small family-owned cannery or a large multinational corporation, the rule is the same. Even temporary or seasonal operations must comply if their products go to U.S. consumers. This registration is the first line of defense in the global food supply chain. Without it, FDA traceback would be much harder. Imagine a contaminated product on store shelves. Proper registration lets the agency quickly identify the facility of origin. That speed is crucial for issuing effective recalls, preventing more people from getting sick, and pinpointing the cause at the source. It supports food safety and public trust. Ultimately, FCE registration serves two purposes. For the FDA, it provides oversight, rapid response, and a comprehensive facilities database. For your business, it is the non-negotiable ticket to enter the U.S. market, showing commitment to safety and quality and that you are a responsible industry partner. First, a quick clarification of the products involved. Low-acid canned foods, or LACF, are thermally processed foods packaged in hermetically sealed containers that have a finished equilibrium pH greater than 4.6 and a water activity greater than 0.85. Think of many vegetables, soups, meats, and seafood products in cans or pouches. Acidified foods are low-acid foods to which acid or acid foods are added so that the finished equilibrium pH is 4.6 or below. Common examples include pickled vegetables, certain sauces, and some bean products. These categories are regulated under 21 CFR Parts 108, 113, and 114 because improper processing can create a risk of Clostridium botulinum toxin. That is why the FDA requires both establishment registration and detailed process filings before commercial distribution in the United States. Commercial processors of acidified or low-acid canned foods, whether domestic or foreign, must complete two distinct FDA submissions in addition to the General Food Facility registration required under the Bioterrorism Act and FSMA. First is the Food Canning Establishment, or FCE, registration. This is submitted on Form FDA 2541 and provides the FDA with the name and location of the processing plant, the types of foods produced, and the processing methods used. Once accepted, the facility receives a unique 5-digit FCE number. Second are the process filings. For each product, container size, and processing method, the company must file a scheduled process. These are submitted on Forms FDA 2541D, 2541E, 2541F, or 2541G, depending on the process type. Upon successful filing, the FDA issues a Submission Identifier, or SID number for that specific process. Important timing notes: FCE registration should be completed no later than 10 days after beginning production, processing, or packing. Process filings must be submitted before the product is packed for distribution, and many companies aim to complete them well in advance to avoid shipping delays. Wholesalers, importers, and distributors generally do not need to register as FCEs, only the actual processing establishments do. Domestic facilities follow the same core FCE and process filing requirements. They already operate under U.S. jurisdiction and typically complete the General Food Facility registration first, then move to FCE and SID submissions through the FDA's electronic systems. foreign facilities face additional layers. In addition to FCE and process filings, every foreign food facility that manufactures, processes, packs, or holds food for U.S. consumption must complete the general FDA food facility registration, designate a U.S. agent who is physically located in the United States and available during U.S. business hours, and ensure that process filings are accurate and complete before products arrive at U.S. ports. Incomplete or missing SID numbers are a common reason for import refusals or detentions. Foreign processors must also stay current with biennial registration renewals and be prepared for potential FDA inspections or requests for records. This is where professional guidance becomes especially valuable. Navigating these requirements can be complex, especially for companies new to the U.S. market or those managing multiple products in container sizes. Experienced U.S. FDA consultants specializing in food canning establishments typically provide a full suite of services, including determining whether your products fall under LACF or acidified food regulations, completing or updating the General Food Facility registration, preparing and submitting Form FDA 2541 for FCE registration, gathering the technical data needed for process filings, and submitting the correct 2541 series forms, serving as or coordinating with a U.S. agent for foreign facilities, working with process authorities to develop or validate scheduled processes when required, monitoring filing status, responding to FDA questions or not filed incomplete notices, and advising on ongoing compliance including record-keeping under 21 CFR 1-13 and 114, and preparing for inspections. Many consultants also assist with related areas such as labeling review, import documentation, and FSMA requirements so that companies have a coordinated compliance strategy rather than piecemeal filings. The goal is simple: accurate, timely submissions that minimize the risk of rejected filings, port delays, or enforcement actions. To summarize, if you produce low-acid canned foods or acidified foods for the U.S. market, you need both a food canning establishment registration and individual process filings with SID numbers. These requirements apply equally to domestic and foreign processors, with foreign facilities carrying the additional obligation of appointing a U.S. agent. Doing this correctly protects consumers, keeps your products moving through the supply chain, and demonstrates that your company takes food safety seriously. Professional U.S. FDA consultants who specialize in these filings can significantly reduce the time, complexity, and risk involved, especially when multiple products, container sizes, or international operations are involved. If your company is preparing to register a canning establishment, file new processes, or needs help bringing existing filings into full compliance, reach out to a qualified and experienced U.S. FDA consultant. Leave a comment below with your questions, or visit the link in the description to schedule a consultation. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more regulatory guidance, and share it with colleagues in the food industry. Thanks for watching, and stay compliant.